Hi, I'm Brian Pfeiffer, aka the Marketing Meathead, and today we're going to talk about crypto on May 7th, 2018. All right, please read the disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a market enthusiast and an investor, but this is not financial advice, so it's just what I like to do, what I'm doing, my strategies, whatnot. So today we're going to talk a little bit about crypto. We have a big Ethereum hearing. I thought it was today, but it actually looks like it's tomorrow. What to expect from when Congress talks about blockchain. From what I can tell from most of the people I've listened to today on YouTube and yesterday, they feel like typical Congress. It's probably not anything like concrete's going to come out of this meeting. It could be more of a bullish tone. People feel like the question is whether Ethereum was illegally sold as a non-security back in like 2014. I think that's the main tone of the meeting. And obviously, if it was found to be like an illegal type of sale of a security, that's going to affect a ton of other tokens in the on the Ethereum blockchain and whatnot. So from what I can tell, most people are feeling like they're probably not going to label it as a security. And, it's probably nothing exactly is going to be like set in stone after this meeting. It's just going to be more of a talk, which in turn will probably mean, in my opinion, a bullish tone after, after the meeting. I did take a big position in Ethereum and one in Litecoin as well. I did kind of buy. I thought we were going to 10K over the weekend, and actually in Bitcoin. If we take a look at the 1 week or whatever, we did almost hit. This is Satoshi's. Let's see if we can go U.S. dollars here. BTC, USD. Where's Binance? Yeah, Coinbase is fine. All right, so yeah, we almost peaked out here at. This was the one day. So the one day we were at, we did almost crack 10K here at one time, and then it kind of had a pretty hefty pullback yesterday, down to 9,200, and now we're back up to 9,400 today. I got the feeling around here that we were actually up here that we were probably going to go back up because it's been fairly bullish in my opinion, and actually took a pretty big dip yesterday. But then now it's looking like it's starting to make a recovery here. If you take a look, there was a big Luke Skywalker, we call that a Luke Skywalker candle that came in and just like shot everything up about $100 as far as Bitcoin goes, which in turn has, if you take a look at GDAX here, I've been using GDAX to trade, by the way. GDAX is attached to Coinbase, so once you log into your Coinbase account, you can go to GDAX, and you can easily trade Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and it's easy to take it in and out of fiat, and the fees aren't too bad when you take it in and out on GDAX. So as you can see, Ethereum, is making a nice little run today. It dipped yesterday as Bitcoin did. Unfortunately, I bought in on Saturday when it was kind of more toward the high, but I did feel like it was going toward the 10K. Now it has recovered quite a bit. I'm still down a little bit on my position right now, but I'm just going to hold on to it. I'm traveling. We're going to China this evening, and depending on what happens with that hearing tomorrow, if it's fairly positive news or bullish news, I think we could see another spike up in Ethereum and potentially in Bitcoin over 10K this week. That's just my professional opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, nor do I know if that's really going to happen or not. Nobody can predict the future, unfortunately, but that's what I feel like. I feel like we're on a fairly decent bull run, and 10K is realistic later this week. And I took a position in Litecoin, as you can see here in Litecoin. I have 83 of those, and I did buy it, I think, at like 170 something. So I'm down a little bit on my position, and same with Ethereum. I bought it at I think I was just over 800, but it is making a little bit of a run back to where it was. So unfortunately, I'm down a little bit on my position, but again, I'm in this for the long haul, and I was gonna buy some more Ethereum when it dipped down in this range here yesterday. But unfortunately, when you put money into your Coinbase or GDAX account, sometimes it's not readily available, unfortunately. So it's going to take a few days for the wire to clear, and then I can buy it. Unfortunately, I can't just go buy it at the dip, which is kind of annoying. So I put some money into my fiat account here so that when something like this happens again and I want to what's called double cost average, basically if you take a position and it goes down and you buy again at the lower level, well, when it goes back up like it just did, my average position will be lower. Okay, so like I would have actually been about even right now if I would have DCA'd yesterday when it dipped. But I didn't have that ability because of the fiat was not in my account, and I don't have it in there readily available to buy the Ethereum. So, had I been able to DCA yesterday when it dipped to its low, which I was trying to do, I'd be back about even right now. But it is what it is. That's just one of the games we're kind of playing in the trading world here, kind of learning this as I go. Obviously, I've just gotten into the crypto trading this year, and I've had a couple good positive days. I've had a couple negative days. But from what I can tell, the way the market's been going, I would have been better off in many cases just buying a position, a couple weeks ago when I was buying and just holding on to that position and not selling it. I would have been better off than trying to take a profit and then go back in when it goes up or down. I would have been better off just holding on to it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I just took a couple of nice positions in Ethereum and Litecoin. I'm just going to hold on to them. And see what happens over the next couple weeks here. And if we go above 10K on Bitcoin, there's a pretty good chance I'll be up on my positions, and I can decide if I'm just going to hang on for the long term or take profits at that point. Okay. So some other news I wanted to discuss real quick. There was a more of a bullish tone in Korea as they took a softer tone on cryptos. I know that Japan had some news coming out of Japan talking about some regulations and whatnot. That was more on yesterday's news. But, if you guys want to keep up on the news, I would just go to CoinDesk, glance at it like once or twice a day to kind of see what's going on. Talk about Microsoft getting involved with blockchain. When you start seeing big companies like Microsoft, Goldman Sachs, Apple, another big name, Amazon, another big name, and all of a sudden their names start to get associated with crypto, that's only good for the overall market, honestly. It's going to continue to drive interest in the market, and the more interest that comes in and the more money that comes in, the more the space is going to expand, and typically prices are going to rise. One thing that I was looking at that was interesting yesterday was the overall market cap of, where is it at here? The coin market cap. So the overall market cap, let's see if we go to market cap here, and basically it was interesting because yesterday it was at I think it was about 470 billion, and it dipped by 40 billion in one day. Here's the what I was looking for. Coins only. It's kind of slow. So must be a lot of people on it. And so, yeah, basically it was interesting. Bitcoin dominance. There's what I was looking for. So here's your total market cap, 442. And earlier on Saturday, it was about 470. So it took about a $30 billion dump, or what is that? Yeah, about a $30 billion dump in one day. But again, it's a volatile market. You guys got to kind of expect this. So, obviously I kind of bought in when it was up near 470, thinking it was going to go maybe to that 500 mark, but it didn't. But it pulled back. But generally, what people are talking, and all the traders and whatnot that I follow, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back in this market. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. So as long as you buy and hold, and it does continue to do this 3-step, 2-step process over the next week or two, I should be okay. So I'm not down a terrible amount right now. I'm not too worried about it, but it's frustrating when you buy thinking it's going to go up and then it goes down. It just gets a little bit annoying. So it is pretty funny. But the Bitcoin dominance is interesting how it's falling here down to 36%. That's a key market that just shows that more people are putting stuff into altcoins right now. It'll be interesting to see if that fluctuates down and goes below 35 or if it goes back up to 40. Generally, if that news is positive tomorrow, you might start seeing some more Bitcoin dominance increase because people are going to feel like it's going to have a nice run in it with that positive news hopefully coming out of the SEC. So we'll see. A lot of stuff going on right now. Interesting time for crypto. I still feel like some of these coins, Bitcoin and Ethereum and Litecoin, are at fairly discounted prices. If you look at where they were at their high in the last 6 months, which was in December, in many cases some in January, like Ethereum, they're about like half almost of what their price was at their peak, which tells me that these coins are still available at fairly significant discount, provided you're using the high as your base point, hoping that at some point in this year it's going to get back up to that high. So you may or may not see, for example, Bitcoin under 10K after it hits 10K. It may not go back down. You may not see Litecoin at 166. It may go above 200, and you may not be able to buy it ever again at under 200. So, start thinking about stuff like that. If you're in the crypto game for the long term, taking a position now, no matter if that market goes up or down in the next 2 days, 4 days, whatever, you got to look at it maybe for like the next 3 to 6 months. Do you feel like the crypto market is going to continue to go up in the next 3 to 6 months? In my opinion, yes, it's going to continue to go up. So my thinking is now I'm traveling this week. I'm not going to have a lot of time to trade. I'm just going to take a position and see what happens. And if it goes up, great. And if I decide to take profits when it does go up, great. If not, if I decide to hold on to it, and I think it's going to even go up even more, which I would have done. If I would have done that 2 weeks ago, I would have been better off now than I am right now. So, that's my thinking, that these coins are still at a little bit of a discount right now, and you may not get a chance to buy these things in 3 to 6 months from now at anywhere near these prices. So I hope you enjoyed today. If you guys would leave a comment below and let me know what you think the market's going to do in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I would love to hear your input. And if you could, hit that subscribe button, bang that notifications bell. I am the Marketing Meathead, and we'll talk to everybody later. Thank you.